Good morning, and what a lovely morning it is. Welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to be talking about why I've started this YouTube channel, so I hope that's an interesting story for everybody. I'll give you a little bit of a history about myself, and we can get to know each other a little better. So I hope you enjoy. I've done photography for quite a long time now. From when I left school around 15, 16ish. I went to art college and did a course in multimedia, which was it involved graphic design, photography, video, bit of web design as well, and that really gave me an insight into all of those things, and photography was the one that I was most interested in right at the beginning, and that never really changed. And what I thought was a more viable option, in the end I chose to do graphic design, which ended up not being the best choice, because in the end my interest in that just waned. By the time I'd finished my degree, I was finished. I wasn't really enjoying it as much as I expected to, but photography has been something that's stuck with me, all the way through. I've never really got bored. Maybe sometimes I've got a little bit uninspired, or I've not done it as much, but same as everybody really, but I always come back to it. It just seemed at the time like it was something that I could learn in my spare time. I didn't need to spend time doing a degree doing that. I could kill two birds with one stone, in a sense, and just learn something that I knew nothing about through my degree, and then photography I could just pick up and practice when I had a free time. Video, however, that was one of those things that I didn't think I would be able to sustain. I enjoyed it a lot. The projects at college were always the ones that I look forward to the most. But when it sort of came down to choosing a career, or at least thinking about the future, I thought, man, there's no way, especially in 2005, 2006 time, I'm going to be able to practice this or learn that in my spare time, because back then equipment was just, it seemed out of reach, whereas now with modern mirrorless cameras and even DSLRs as well, the video options have been great for long enough, and it's a way more accessible, especially at a decent price point, and the quality is pretty great. So now it sort of makes even more sense to revisit video and get back into that. About starting this channel for what must be a number of years now, on and off. I keep coming back to the idea, and really the only thing that's held me back is me. I've always let my insecurities get in the way, but it's not like I haven't had decent equipment or anything like that. It's just been a case of doing it, getting over the sort of fear of talking to the camera and stuff, which is still a little weird. It's still something that I'm going to have to get used to. This is why I've come to such a secluded place, away from praying eyes. about the main reasons why I would actually want to do this. There's definitely been times where I've thought to myself, why do I want to do this? There's times where I struggle to even fit photography in for myself, with family and work and all that stuff. So taking on something new seems, and something that's even more time consuming seems, I don't know, is it crazy? But I'm never really going to know unless I actually try. Like all these years, like I touched upon earlier, of thinking about doing this and having all the reasons to put myself off starting, this is just another one. So you just don't know. So this is why I'm just both feet, dive in, let's go. So point 1 is motivation. Photography, this past year has been difficult to do in many respects, especially what I like to do, like street photography or maybe even portraits and stuff. Meeting up with people has been difficult, and obviously being restricted on where we can actually go as well has not helped. So that's sort of affected me and my motivation for photography. And although I've been out creating, I'm being even more creative and stuff and trying new things, it's not really satisfied me as much as what I would expect. So starting this was giving me another reason to get out and do photography, and maybe give me a different angle to go for, and it might inspire me within my photography as I go. Which brings me to point 2, which is learning something new. It's always exciting when you pick up a new subject, and it don't even have to be photography or art related, really. Like anything that you're interested in. Once you start learning about that, there's just so much that you just go from one thing to the next, and it can be really exciting. And this is what I'm finding with this, and hopefully, in the future. And my idea is that the excitement that I get from learning about video was going to leak over into photography. They're both quite closely related anyway. So yeah, that's the plan anyway. That's my idea. And point 3 is just because I can't help it. Like, I can't help but create. There are times when I can't, like if I don't have time, or even if I don't produce anything that I really enjoy. It makes me miserable, and that's probably really childish, and that's probably something that I should work on. But it's just because I'm passionate about it, and I want to do well, and I want to create something that I'm really happy with first and foremost. And if that's not happening, whether it's because I can't, because something gets in my way, or I just can't because I physically can't do it, like, I'm not capable, then it really drives me forward. I get pissed at first, and then but then it really makes me want to. It's like a deep rabbit hole, photography. As soon as you start, there's so many different avenues to go down, and there are ways to do things in the end, obviously, and I just want to find those ways. I wanted to keep this brief. There's probably other reasons that I can think of, as to why I would want to do this, but those were the main ones, really. They're all quite closely related. Nothing's too different. They all lead into the next. But yeah, I think it was always going to get to this point, though, because, like I said, for photography for me is just like an endless rabbit hole. Since I started, it's just been one thing after another. There's always something new to learn, and it's exciting. Like, even now, all these years later, you feel like you've conquered the medium, and then there'll be somebody else that comes along that shows you that no, you definitely have not. There's this to do, there's that to do. Did you know how to do this? And you're like, nope, I definitely did not. But it's great. I love taking inspiration from other people, looking at what other people are doing. It's I can sit like all of us can on Instagram and scroll, and then I'm just sat there getting excited about other people's work, and I love that. It's great, but it really drives me, because then I think to myself, then, do you know what, I can do that. I want to try this. Could I, or can I? And it's that really moves me forward and really gets me going. So here we are. Welcome to my channel. If this is something that you enjoy and you want to join me on this journey, then maybe you could like this video, subscribe to the channel as well, and yeah, let's go.